A boy is dying on an apartment floor with pieces of his own phone lodged inside his skull. Doctors will later tell him it's a miracle none of it hit anything vital. What they won't tell him, because they don't know yet, is that those fragments didn't just survive inside his brain. They fused with it. And in a few weeks, a quiet kid who couldn't even talk to the girl he liked is going to be able to hear every phone call, read every text, and fry every criminal's electronics in the city from half a mile away. This is Tom. And the night he got shot is the night he stopped being invisible. Before any of that, Tom is just a teenager surviving one of the roughest corners of London. Headphones on, gaming, doing whatever it takes to tune out the fighting in the streets outside his window. He lives with his grandmother, Nancy, who's writing a novel nobody in the house has the patience to sit still for, least of all him. His best friend Danny finally hands over the MP3 player he's been promising for weeks. And at school, there's Lucy, the girl Tom's too nervous to actually talk to, until she talks to him first, brushes off a bully named Eugene on his behalf, and invites him over to study. It's the best day he's had in a long time. It's also the last normal one. He shows up at what he thinks is a study session and walks straight into an active crime scene. An unconscious man on the floor, a gang filming something they shouldn't be, and no way out that doesn't put him directly in their path. He runs anyway. One of them shoots him before he makes it to the door. 10 days later, he wakes up in a hospital bed. The bullet hit his phone first, and the phone went into his brain with it. The damage should have been catastrophic. It wasn't, but the doctor's warning lands heavier than the relief. Watch for anything strange, because nobody knows what fragments of a phone sitting inside a human brain are actually going to do. Tom finds out fast. It starts small, a strange feeling in a taxi meter, like it's talking to him, and then he's unconscious again. Then it stops being small. Walking home from visiting Lucy, he's suddenly hit with every signal in range at once. Calls, music, televisions, a wall of electronic noise loud enough to drop him. When he gets home, it gets worse. Data floating in the air in front of his eyes, readable, controllable. He passes out again. And somewhere in that overload, without even meaning to, he taps straight into Eugene's phone. What he finds there isn't a coincidence. It's a confession. Eugene was one of the men who attacked Lucy that night, and he's actively sending the footage of it to another member of the gang. Danny thinks Tom's imagining things. Head injury, stress, nothing more. Tom knows better, because now he can prove it. He starts small, fries Eugene's phone from across a room. Then bigger, scans an entire party and identifies every gang member connected to that night in seconds. Danny has to physically pull him back before he does something he can't undo. So instead, Tom gets patient. He hacks Eugene's calls, listens in on a meeting with a dealer, humiliates a gang member named Cass by leaking a private video to the entire school. He starts messaging Lucy from an unknown number, promising to protect her, and when she finally asks who he is, he gives himself a name, iBoy. For a while, it works exactly like he wants. He locks Eugene and his crew inside a stolen car, cranks the engine until it's on fire, and gets a name out of Cass before letting them run. Cuts, the boss behind the whole operation. He breaks into Cut's apartment, wrecks every device inside, and walks out with the drugs from the safe. iBoy becomes a name the whole city is talking about, a vigilante nobody can identify, taking gangs apart one humiliation at a time. Lucy, recovering and trying to put her life back together, tells Tom something that sticks harder than she probably meant it to. If iBoy really wants to fix this city, scaring criminals isn't going to be enough. Tom takes that as permission. He starts planting drugs in gang members' homes and tipping off the police, wiping out Cut's bank accounts, plastering evidence of his own vigilantism online like a highlight reel. Arrests pile up. Eugene finally goes down too. And somewhere in the middle of all that winning, something in Tom starts to slip. He's not just stopping criminals anymore. He's enjoying it. Then he overhears something he wasn't supposed to. Cut's on the phone with his boss, a man named Elman, being threatened over every loss iBoy's cost him. Tom finally has the real name at the top of the chain. But Cut's, desperate, gives an order of his own, steal every phone in the neighborhood to cut off iBoy's tracking. Innocent people start losing their belongings because of a war they were never part of. Even Nancy gets robbed. And that's the moment it actually hits Tom. This isn't just his fight anymore. Real people are paying for it. He goes quiet for a few days. It's calculated. Let the gangs relax, let their guard down. But Lucy sees straight through it. She tells him flatly that he stopped helping people and started chasing the feeling of getting even. It should stop him. It doesn't. He tracks Cuts to an industrial yard full of shipping containers, hijacks a traffic helicopter's camera feed to find him from the air, and sets an entire drug shipment on fire. It's his biggest hit yet, right up until Cuts catches him in the act. The beating that follows nearly kills him, and it's only a desperate, citywide sound pulse through every nearby speaker that buys him the half-second he needs to escape. He doesn't make it far. He crashes, blacks out, and wakes up somewhere he doesn't recognize, with no memory of how he got there. Lucy, tired of being stood up with no explanation, is done making excuses for him, right up until the entire building looks up in horror at Cass, hanging dead from the roof. Danny doesn't hesitate to name the cause. iBoy did this. iBoy pushed too far. For the first time, Tom starts to wonder if Danny's right. The city splits down the middle over what iBoy actually is, hero or the thing that's making everything worse. And the pressure starts eating Tom alive, badly enough that he begs his doctor to just cut the fragments out of his head. The doctor's answer is final. It would kill him. That night, the choice gets made for him. Armed men break into the apartment. One of them is Cut's. Standing next to him is a man Tom's never seen before, who calmly introduces himself as Elman, the actual boss, the one who's known Tom's identity the entire time. Nancy is knocked unconscious for getting in the way, and Elman doesn't come with threats first. He comes with an offer. Work for him, and he'll make Tom rich. Tom refuses. That's when Elman forces him to use his own powers against him, ordering him to track Lucy down. And Tom finds her already gone, kidnapped by Eugene's crew, who were only walking free again because Elman pulled the strings to get them out. And then the last betrayal lands. Danny sold him out. told the gang exactly who iBoy really was. With Lucy's life on the line, Tom starts the money transfer Elman's demanding while quietly trying to save her through the same signal he's being forced to use against her. It almost works. Police nearly reach the warehouse before the gang drags Lucy out of sight, and the moment Tom destroys the phone recording her to stop them tracing it, he feels the backlash rip through his own body like it's wired straight into him. Inside the warehouse, Lucy gets her hands on a dropped gun and, for one long moment, holds her captors at her mercy. She can't pull the trigger. It costs her. Elman's men are already outside, and the gun is gone from her hands before she makes it out the door. That's when Tom stops playing defense. He turns every phone in the room into a weapon at once, and the warehouse detonates into chaos. Lucy fights her way free. Tom goes after the rest. And outside, Elman meets him with an iron bar and a beating that finally breaks through Tom's one working trick. His sound pulse does nothing to him. Elman drops him cold, picks the bar back up, and gets one swing away from ending it, when Lucy fires a warning shot that buys Tom exactly enough time to matter. It's not enough to save her. Elman knocks her out before Tom's even back on his feet, but it is enough to wake something in him that isn't tactical anymore. He stands up one more time, and when Elman swings, Tom answers with everything the fragments in his skull have ever given him at once. A shockwave that ends the fight, and Elman, in a single second. He wakes up in a hospital bed again, Nancy beside him, alive for the second time this story. Danny finds him afterward, guilt-ridden, offering back the money he took to betray him. Tom doesn't take it. He's more interested in something Danny clearly wasn't expecting him to bring up. In all this time hunting down everyone who hurt Lucy, he never once went after whoever was actually holding the camera that night. Danny goes quiet, wishes him luck, walks away, and on a rooftop, with a table barely big enough for 2 plates, Tom and Lucy finally get the quiet moment the whole story kept taking from them. 2 people who didn't just survive a gang war, but somewhere in the middle of it, took down the man running the whole city's crime from the shadows. So, hero, cautionary tale, or a little of both? Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like and subscribe for more recaps.